Yeah. Up in the building. Yeah, we lighting up the scene. Crypto gems on radar, chasing every dream. Do your own research, that's the golden theme. We bring the facts, no cap, we keep it clean. Scrolling through the charts, got my eyes on the rise. Viber got the info, got me feeling so wise. No hype, just the truth, yeah, we cutting through lies. Sharpen knowledge on the daily, watch the profits multiply. From Bitcoin to the altcoins, we digging for gold. Community so strong, never do what you're told. That's the motto, let the story unfold. We ain't selling you a dream, just the facts to behold. Viber finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep the future bright. Viber got your back, we ignite your flight. No pump and dump, just the realest advice. We break it all down, make it simple and nice. Every tip, every trick, got you rolling the dice. But with knowledge in your pocket, you can win every price. Viber finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep your future bright. Viber got your back, we ignite your flight. So when you're lost in the crypto sea, Viber is the light, come vibe with me. Stay smart, stay sharp, and you'll always see the best gems shine with transparency.
All right, there we go. My bad, I didn't click the button. So let me start over. It's Friday. Hope you had a great week. And don't let the volatility get to you. The ups, the downs. This is what crypto is supposed to do, okay? Bitcoin is supposed to go up hundreds of percent and then fall 50, 70. That's par for the course. We're in the most volatile asset class in history. It's meant to shake you out. What you see on Twitter and the media is not reality, is not what's really going on. A really interesting tweet that I don't know if it's real or not, but last cycle, I remember I was in Chainlink early, and it was in 2020. Right after the XRP lawsuit, an article came out saying, is Chainlink next on the SEC's radar? And it dropped a coin 30% overnight. And come to find out, it was whales and internal people from Chainlink that were fudding it themselves to drop the price to accumulate more. So once I saw that, I was like, damn, anything goes in crypto. So this guy Pompey said, I just received a private message offering me $25,000 to defame Ripple and XRP. A paid script telling me exactly what to say. Call it a scam. Claim I sold everything. Blame Ripple and influencers for wealth destruction. Let that sink in. Ask yourself this. Who's funding this campaign? Who benefits if XRP is defamed? And how many accounts you see daily attacking Ripple that are not organic voices, but paid proxies following the same script? This is how narratives are engineered with money. And if they are this desperate now, imagine what they're trying to stop from coming next. I will not be bought, but I will expose it. Hey, Pumpies, Tim would like to offer you 25 grand for one post on X. Tag Ripple, call it a scam. Share that you sold all your XRP and blame Ripple and influencers for losing all your money. You can put it in your own words, but it's a requirement to include all the 3 points mentioned above. We can send you 50% before posting. That's crazy. All right, let's see. The comments are probably going to be like, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake. Why not? Because the dummy with no followers. Tell him to message me. I'll do it. Take the 12 point. Yeah, exactly. Why wouldn't you take the 12.5 and say fuck off? Same people that did that to Binance this week. Who knows? But yeah, guys, you can't believe anything out here. Right? You got to just have the conviction. You got to know what you hold. You got to do your research and understand where this technology, where the space is going in the future. Once the things are talked about in the mainstream and it's public knowledge, it's too late at that point. The opportunity's gone. What up, vets? Yeah, we love Flare. I've been buying more Flare than anything the last couple months. A pump on Friday feels like we're going to dump harder. I'm with Goo on Dead Cat Bounce. Yeah, bro, I'm not expecting anything. What up, my man Samson? Go follow him out. The QUBIC homie. I don't know why he's such a fan of Sam Altman, but I am trying to tell him the dude's a sodomite. Stay away. But yeah, mute. I know, no audio. Are we also numb at this point? It's almost laughable. Bro, it is. Like, I didn't even check my phone yesterday or whenever the dump was, 2 days yesterday. I don't even remember at this point. But I had 3 of my friends that were texting me nonstop panicking. And those are the 3 that will disappear until it's pumping like crazy and they want to buy everything. And then when it's dumping, they're panicking. So the retail crowd was going crazy. And I don't even care anymore. It doesn't bother me. Like, yeah, it sucks. We're losing money. But I plan on holding Hedera and having my XRP locked up in Flare for the next 20 years plus. I mean, we're going to be holding some of these cryptos, hopefully, till we're fucking in our 80s talking about how we were the legends that found this shit. I mean, Microsoft stock has been out 40-something years now. I'm sure there's stocks that people that bought gold 50 years ago. You know, you hold on to stuff for a long time. You know, sports cards. Look at like Mickey Mantle rookies and stuff. Kids that saved them. And now they're worth a house. You never know. You never know. I continue to upgrade my hardware and improve my QUBIC weekly epoch mining output. Attaboy, Vats. Yeah, I just bought QMine, so I'm getting the passive income. Damn, it is freezing up here in New York. Never liked the guy. Yeah, no, I'm just playing. I'm not holding none of this shit until I'm 80. I want to be holding XRP, Hedera, Stellar, a Stronghold, Flare, XDC. One of these are going to be household names and be the blockchain that survives for the next God knows how long. Like once the financial system's tokenized on these new rails, like what's next? Like until we have like an extinction level event, like this is it. This is the end game for everyone in charge right now. Yeah, I will. I'm going to be. I know for damn sure. So like this is like, I think Pokemon investing in these sealed products has been the best thing to keep me on the right path in crypto and not worrying about shit, not worry. Why is the price not going up? Second guessing everything. Like I get more and more bullish every day with the research and the stuff that comes out. Like, I don't know how you can't be. So Corium and Solo are taking a dump right now because people are selling. There's actually huge news coming out right now. So today marks a huge point. Sologenics and Corium are turning into one coin. There's going to be a vote that starts, I don't know when it starts, but they want to unite Solo and Corium into one powerful ecosystem, TX, and then relocate to the US, unlock new exchange listings, concentrate liquidity in governments. So I really like this. Today marks a turning point, not for our company, but for the future of tokenization. If you believe in a world where everything can be owned, accessed, and invested in on-chain, this is your moment. Read the manifesto. I'm not going to read it. It's long as hell, but The mission is to transform every real-world asset into an on-chain investment opportunity. Right now, tokenization is fragmented. Liquidity is trapped in silos and is isolated in tokenization platforms that only focus on tokenizing one or two particular asset classes. No one has successfully aggregated tokenized assets into one unified, friendly marketplace until now. And guys, why I'm bullish on this is because of the partnership with BitGo. BitGo is a huge player in custody behind the scenes. They work with Ripple. They work with the exchange, with Bitstamp Exchange. So when I see that Ripple way back before it went public had ties from the NSA, and then it was rebranded and went public with Jed McCaleb and the alleged founders, that's not an organic company. This is the government knowing what they can't do through the Fed and through legislation. They use public companies to do, like BlackRock. You know, BlackRock is all the old money. And the Federal Reserve is owned by JP Morgan, Rockefeller, probably Vanderbilt, Carnegie. All the old money is behind that. So it's all who you know in this world. So not only will TX offer stock tokens to users through Solotex, we're also rolling out an entire marketplace of tokenized assets where equities are just one available asset to investors. Real estate, commodities, collectibles, sports, entertainment, energy, IP, and more will be available on the TX market. Our goal is to be the Amazon of tokenized products. Our early thesis is being proven with many asset issuers and platforms eager to plug into this aggregated marketplace, build on the TX chain, and distribute tokenized assets to our community. We're aiming for a once-in-a-generation paradigm shift, a transformation in how the world funds progress, allocates capital, and defines ownership. Our vision goes far beyond incremental efficiency upgrades for traditional financial products. We envision a future where digital ownership and value layer is embedded into every asset on earth and woven into the fabric of society. So, guys, I don't know. I think this is cool as hell. You know, it all came from Ripple. So, the fact that tokens launching soon on Kraken, TX. So, they already have a partnership with Kraken. And way back in the day, we discovered Kraken had deals with the government for the new digital currencies that were going to be issued in the future. And I think either the FBI or the SEC was having a 4-year monitoring period with I think it was Coinbase and Kraken to basically integrate all this stuff into their platforms. So everything, I think, has already been set up and planned behind the scenes, and they're going to create the problems, the narratives to roll this stuff out. And that's why my bets on these cryptos, this shit hasn't changed in years. You know, I just added Canton when this went public. You know, I found it and posted like December 3rd or 5th around 7 cents. So we're up 2.5x on that one, or 1.5x, whatever, a double and a half. But other than that, I still have the conviction that the projects that are building, like we all know, all crypto's vaporware. There's only a handful of projects that have consistently been building for the last 6 years that I've been here. Like Axelar, the whole team left. So I don't know if they finished their job and they moved on and everything is set for the interoperability that they're going to do, or they realized, like, with technology moving so fast, Axelar might become obsolete. And like, to see them not pumping today, that is a red flag to me. Like, the best coins that are going to do the best should be pumping and coming back the hardest today. Stronghold, Dovu is sometimes up to 17 to 18% of all the transactions on Hedera. Like, Dovu's doing big things right now. You know, eHex, look at that. What did I tell everybody? I sold all my hex for eHex when Richard killed it back in the day. I don't know what the ratio is now, but 0.007. All right, so we're now 2.5x. So everyone that bought that swapped at around 3 to 1, you just made free hex. because I think EHEX is going to outperform. There's way less liquidity. It takes so much less money to pump it. So to me, it's kind of obvious. So I don't hold any regular hex, all EHEX. So big things coming for Corium. And again, like this was a free airdrop that we got for holding XRP. So my Solo and Corium bags are like almost $5,000. Those were free airdrops. And then from staking, I just accumulated more. And now it's turning into the TX token that's going to be listed on Kraken, which I kind of like that, combining everything into one platform. To me, that's good. Consolidation. And this partnership with Hedera. I don't know if you guys saw it, but McLaren Racing and Hedera partnered to expand digital fan engagement. McLaren Racing announced a multi-year partnership with the Hedera Foundation to leverage Hedera. Hedera will become an official partner of McLaren MasterCard Formula One and the Indy team. The partnership will connect real-world racing environments with a Web3 infrastructure to deliver new fan engagement experiences and licensed digital activations. So guys, think about like, if you see behind the scenes when the races work, there's a bunch of dudes that are on computers looking at the car, all the performance and everything, seeing how fast it's going, temperature, they have so many things that they're constantly relaying, and they're going to be bringing the shit onto the blockchain. All of it's going to be running on Hedera. Super cool. And like all the collectibles, NFTs, they're going to be launching on Hedera. And I guess the search on Google for Hedera has exploded since this partnership took place. So this is what I like to see. And then we talked about this 6 months ago when we first found it, the NVIDIA and Intel thing. So this was published on July 12th last year. So yeah, it's been 6 months already. When we found out all of Intel and NVIDIA's chips were going to be broadcasting the information for whatever they're going to be used for through Hedera's ecosystem. If you own HBAR, this could be one of the biggest upgrades you've never seen. NVIDIA is integrating something called verifiable compute into its next generation Blackwell chips, all running on the Hedera blockchain. That's right. Hedera Tech is going straight to the heart of the future AI infrastructure. So what is exactly happening? Hedera's blockchain will help drive reliable AI and transparent systems. Verifiable computing is a new tech created by Equity Lab in partnership with Intel and NVIDIA. It's a way to ensure that AI calculations, such as how a model made a decision, are recorded and cannot be altered later. It adds explainability, trust, and security. Instead of relying on only a black box, we now have an unalterable record of what happened behind the scenes. And guess who's providing the blockchain infrastructure for this? Hedera through its consensus service. This means that every AI decision, every process, every model output can be tracked and verified on Hedera. Why is this so important? It is HBAR being integrated into the foundation of the future of AI. NVIDIA's chips are being described as the backbone of the next generation AI. They'll be used in data centers, autonomous systems, finance, medicine, and much more. If verifiable computing becomes a standard and Hedera drives it, then HBAR could be adopted like never before. Mike Chadwick even calls this the total validation of the entire Hedera ecosystem. And considering that Accenture and Scan UK are also involved, this is not just a technological hype. It's real enterprise-level implementation. Governments and regulators around the world are starting to demand more transparency in AI. The EU AI Act sets rules on how models should be explained and accountable. Verifiable computing with Hedera behind it fits perfectly into these regulations. It's not just a cool technology. It solves real-world compliance. The Hedera partnership with NVIDIA has explosive potential to impact Hedera, with the price at 22 cents on October 5th. So I lost half my bag hodling my HBAR. But my HBAR is in my IRA, and I trust capital. I don't hold any HBAR liquid outside of that. That is a 20-year plan for me where I can't touch it unless I want to get waxed with taxes. So I hold 99% of my XRP in I Trust Capital, 99% of my Stellar, and all my HBAR all in there. What I hold outside of there, liquid, for scalping and swing trading, Stronghold, VELO, Dovu, Saucer Swap, Flare, QUBIC, Research Coin, all the Pulse Chain stuff, XDC, Canton, and that's pretty much it. Realio, everything else is in my IRA. World Liberty Fi, Axelar, Ondo. So that's my strategy. What is the Hedera H bar deck? Saucer Swap. Any updates? Still a good hold. Yeah, bro. Saucer Swap just launched an entire new mobile platform. And they're going to be implementing the vaults too, which is the new future of everything. So Hedera Saucer Swap is the number one DEX on Hedera by far. It's the PulseX of H bar. I have like, I don't know, I have like 50,000 stake tokens. So I don't know what the ratio is, but that shit's down to like 17 or 1800 bucks. But I see, I'm in the Discord. I've been in the community since day one, and they're nonstop building, and they've only acted in good faith for the community. And they've been here since like 2022. Ain't nobody left but us soldiers. Let's go. What up, Utah? Good to see you, my man. Hello, Mr. Start. Been digging a footing and pouring concrete in a crawl space. Such fun. Well, Mobius, the good thing is you can rewind and then go to 1.5x and maybe you'll catch up. But yeah, the beginning just talked about, I don't even remember, Bitcoin, where we're going. And then this crazy FUD here, this guy was paid $25K or was going to be paid $25K to put out a hit piece on Ripple on social media. So how just fake social media is, and how what we see in real life, what's going on with Hedera making these partnerships now with McLaren. Talk about the NVIDIA stuff. Yet the price is doing nothing. Like the price is down in 9 cents. Like that shit's crazy. This is the generational buy zones down here. The same as like in 2022, 2023. I don't know why I'm not looking at it on here. H bar. This reminds me exactly of back here when it was down at like 3 or 4 cents. And this is where I bought a majority of it in my I Trust Capital bet, because I sold Solana for like $200 and then put it into XRP. And then I realized I had way too much XRP, so had to load up on the H bar. So I haven't really bought any more H bar in a long time. But again, I thought this is just certain coins. It's so obvious that they're going to be blue chips in the future and they're going to really impact the world. And those are the cryptos I want to hold. And I'd rather be 5 years early than 1 day too late. And I put money into these that I can afford to lose, that I can afford to just burn, or afford to just sit around and lose 80%. Because right now you're supposed to buy and you're supposed to be down next week. That's what the macro is right now. People just blindly invest their 401ks every week. They don't know where the hell, what they're buying, but they put in there every week, but they get so emotional about crypto. It's crazy. So I've really tried to just detach that emotion and understand that, yes, it's okay to be down. If you understand Hedera is built into all of the future of AI, like what the hell are we missing here? How are we not connecting this? It's only a matter of time. So I have the conviction. I think I would rather have all my money in Hedera now than be sitting on the sidelines waiting to catch the bottoms, or waiting to make sure it's the one that gets adopted. It's not QUBIC, or it's not Render, or some other coin. But I don't know how we're entering a bear market when the Fed is about to unleash the biggest QE bomb in the history of the world. Once the commercial real estate crisis starts to kick in and get bad, that's it. You're going to see so many small and local banks start to go under. I don't know if they're waiting for that, but they can kick the can down the road, it seems like forever. But a QE bomb is coming. So how are we entering a bear market with the QE bomb coming? It just doesn't make sense. It makes no sense. Like NVIDIA and Intel, and they didn't even talk about Intel in this. Oh yeah, they did. They mentioned it from Intel too. So you have the two biggest chip manufacturers in the world now pivoting to, what was it? Verifiable compute. So if that becomes the standard for everything AI related now runs on Hedera, which can scale endlessly. It was built to scale endlessly to handle this stuff. It's not just a stupid VC pump and dump that was thrown together. Hedera is the real deal. Martin and Lehman are some of the smartest people in the world. And I've watched so many hours of their interviews. And you can tell when people are genuine and passionate, or they're Michael Saylors or sodomite Altmans. There's a huge difference. And I like to believe and just hope that the good people that are building for the future of humanity do not be demonic and OpenAI's vision. This actually wins out in the future. So the Federal Reserve's skinny master account proposal draws comments and clashes from the crypto community and community banks. So guys, this is the end game right here for crypto, is to get the Fed charter. And what is Ripple doing right now? They're in process of getting their Fed charter. So once you have that master account with the Fed, now you are tapped in right there. So isn't that coincidental that Ripple is going to be one of the first to get that? Man, it's almost like the SEC lawsuit was a rite of passage. Nearly 30 comment letters were filed in response to the skinny master account that would give certain eligible institutions limited access to the central bank's payment services. I've always said, I think Ripple is going to become part of the Fed or part of the Treasury Department or part of the central banks, whether they adopt their technology or they become the lender of last resorts. That's where everything that I've watched, the thousands of hours of research from Maximus, Apex Crypto Consulting, Smoke, Tokenizer, Rue Black. There's so many guys that love this stuff and love doing the research and talking about it. That's not my thing. I can't put together an hour-long presentation going into the dirt and details of quant like Max can. But I can watch his video and sum it up in 5 to 10 minutes, which is what most people want to hear. But me, I love watching listening to his 45-minute streams while I'm just like doing shit around here or out messing with the chickens or out shoveling or whatever. Like I enjoy that. And when you see certain things over and over, like this partnership with NVIDIA and Intel, with McLaren, with Google, it just starts to become obvious that certain blockchains, people were put in place to run them. And it's all about who you know in this world. So, yeah, guys, everything is going exactly where we predicted. It's just taking longer, but that's fine. I would much rather, I mean, it sucks that Flare is not at a quarter right now where we're all going crazy, but I'd much rather have hundreds of thousands of Flare than being not at my 100K goal where I was 2 years ago. And now where flares came, my goal is to get to 500,000. So if I could 5x my goal from 2 or 3 years ago, right as flares about to be unleashed with Firelight, man, guys, I'm super bullish. Firelight is going to be the key that sparks a DeFi revolution, I think, and like the renaissance of it, because it's not going anywhere. We know that. And my hope for AI is that QUBIC becomes the one. And man, where was that tweet? I put it out earlier. A Dan Pena tweet right here. I don't know why Twitter doesn't have sound on this thing. It's super weird. But he says that Putin was the one, and it was a long-range plan he started 7 or 8 years ago. So if that's true, and Putin was the one, that makes me think even more that CFB was the one that created it, who is Russian. So if this is true, that's crazy. Like, I know I'm 96% sure, 96.969% sure it is CFB, or it's David Schwartz, Arthur Brito, and the early XRP guys. Because David Schwartz was at the NSA publishing stuff about cryptography in the late 80s and early 90s. So he was around then. And the fact that CFB told us he was thinking about blockchain and AI in 2008, 9 years before Bitcoin and the white paper came out, I don't know. Kick a roll more H-bar. Goddamn right, Robert. You are spot on with that. H-bar, XLM, and XRP and Flare and QUBIC are like my go-tos. And Stronghold. Relio, the fact that Relio's up 20%, and I've been paying attention to them. They've been building nonstop. They just put out their this whole districts thing where you can buy land. Google, you can actually buy, it's only in New York City. It's called like District X, or it's called like Districts. There it is, Districts right here. It's native token of the virtual world. All right, where are we at? All right, that's just a token, but that's not the right website. Districts.xyz. It's cool as hell. So you come in, and you have to like burn Relio to get it, but it's in NYC only. I was looking at like Albany and stuff. There's nothing up here. So you can see all the different properties right here, and people own, and they spent like 5,000 Relio for each one. So it's coming on Manhattan here, Mount Vernon, New Rochelle. See, they got all the different properties here. They're just sick. And people even bought like land on the river. Well, I don't know. I just think this stuff's cool to come mess around with. Each land pixel is linked to a unique geographical location, but it carries no rights related to real-world property. Land pixels are not intended for investment. Virtual world mimicking Earth, fully built on the Relio EVM. Phase 1, dubbed Land Rush, focuses on allowing users to claim scarce parcels by staking Relio in the land bank. Oh, shit. Any district user can claim land pixels during the land rush. So I might definitely miss that. The user must deposit 5,000, in which 20% are burned, 4,000 is held. The user receives a minting reward equal to 1/100th of the unminted supply. But it's just cool. I mean, I don't know. So it just makes me bullish on Relio, that they're still building and for the real world assets. They got their wallet. The future of private equity is digital. Yeah, we know that. Oh, I can't log in there. That's gay. We're eliminating barriers to invest in trade and leveraging exclusive real estate, private equity, and other real world assets through DeFi. Liquid mining fund, tokenized access to Bitcoin mining. LMX invests in Bitcoin mining operations that specialize in immersion cooling technology and sustainable power sources. Yeah, that's not sustainable. Having warehouses full of these data centers is ridiculous when QUBIC solves it, when you can do it decentralized. Bitcoin does nothing. It's no longer a store of value. It's no longer digital gold. It's Wall Street's cash cow. So crash Bitcoin to zero and make it UPOW and a QUBIC takeover of the Bitcoin network to unleash AGI. That's the future. So I don't know, Relio, what I'm doing is I am taking all of my rewards from Phoenix Hub, which I don't know why I didn't put more into. I got to add more because the Phoenix DeFi Hub has been crushing it, man. All right, search Google. I'm getting almost 15 tokens per day, and the ratio is almost 8.2, 8.3 to 1, 83%. So it's like 13 XLM per day. And so I'm getting like almost 25 Relio every single day now. And I think I'm going to add to it because it's holding its value against Stellar. And like, you don't see this when these liquidity pools are juicy and they're paying 60, 70%. Normally the token is inflating and losing value to the actual asset. But Phoenix has been holding strong. So I've added almost 13,000 VELO and 600 Relio since I've been in these pools. And I'm, like I said, I'm 1.18. So yeah, 82%. So I think I'm going to buy another or I'm going to sell something today that pumped. Maybe a little bit of Dovu. Take out of that because I have so much of it compared to other bags, and kind of rotate it into here and just take that passive income and just load back up into VELO and Relio. Because right now, Firelight isn't doing anything. We're only getting points. So April, the next vault comes out. Bookmark this. So I was lucky that I got like 750 XRP into here. So I don't know what they're gonna do with the points or if they're worth anything. But April is when all of the new vaults come out. And I think they're waiting because I just have a feeling by April, legislation is going to be out. And then the banks and the institutions are going to start feeling comfortable putting money into the space. And I think we're going to have an explosive year with the new Fed chair coming. I think it's a psyop that he's going to do the opposite of what Trump wants. I don't see that. One to buy H bar or flare now. It depends which one you have more of. If you have $2,000 worth of H bar and $300 worth of flare, you need to be buying more flare. But if you have more flare than H bar, you need to be buying H bar now, because I think flare will be cheaper. Like H bar's at like its generational low, and where H bar or where flare has been around a cent for such a long time, it's not really gonna move anywhere. But now that the airdrops are done, the inflation is out, we'll see. I think this is gonna be the bottom for both assets, but it's tough. Like, I plan on holding both of them for such a long time, because Flare was built, Centaura and Flare and a lot of these platforms that we're using for XRP DeFi was originally funded by Ripple. So they funded all the projects that they knew they were going to need down the road, because you can't build the future of finance and then rely on a third party for something and then have them screw up in the future and everything goes bad. They had to fund and ensure that everything they need in the future was going to be what they signed up for and what they actually needed. So I think Flare, man, is going to be a household name in 2-3 years. I really do. Because every exchange is already signed up to use Firelight for DeFi. Kraken and Gemini, and even Zaman is integrating a bridge into this. But it's tough, bro. It depends on which one you own more of. If you have more H bar than Flare, like, it all depends on the ratio. I would just add to the one you have less of. Like, it's such a hard call. Like, I could make an argument for why you should buy Flare and H bar. So I think, it comes down to your personal bag and which one you have more or less of, and try to get them all up to the same level. Like, if you're sitting on one bag that's 3x every other one, maybe at the next pump rotate a little bit out, or you're set and just forget about it and only add to the bags you don't have as much of. But yeah, guys, we're looking bullish as hell. Let's see what's going on next. Epstein was a promo guy for the dollar. Most people can't see the dollar as a product. No different than Gatorade, a product owned by the House of Rothschild. His job was to pump it into the networks and create demand. To do that, he had to feed everyone what they want. It's interesting, because now the entire world is addicted to Tether, and that was all because of Bitcoin. Very true. JP Morgan and Canton. JP is joining the Canton network as a validator to maintain full control. Awesome. So now JP Morgan's got validators on the XRP ledger and Canton. So I'm glad as hell I got my bag of Canton at 7 cents, because I don't think it's ever going back down there. It's already up to number 15. That's what scares me. It's like, how high can it really run? But this is crypto. This shit can crash way harder than you ever thought, and it can pump back and come back from the dead when you never thought it could. All right, Spectre up 40% today. Let's go. That gives me hope that it's not dead. I got out of GPU. I was up on it. I was always in profit, and I rotated into Spectre. I just have more confidence on it for some reason. Clearpool's got me nervous, though. I'm not going to lie. I don't know what the hell is going on with this. DYNEX at 3 cents. Scale Pump 25. Another altcoin that I think is going to do really well. But we shall see. Veracity's dead. That shit's crazy. My bag's worth like $6. I just round trip that shit. That sucks, but you know what? It is what it is. They had great technology, and it just didn't work. I think it's time to get out of every game coin There's GameSwift and GHX. Like, I think it's time to pull the plug on all gaming and just consolidate that shit into Cell. Layer AI, that's just dead. So we missed on a couple. Hey, Layer AI, GameSwift, and GHX. 3 that I got from Crypto fucking Sensei. Way to go, Sensei. Your shit coinery. But all right, fam. I'm just rambling now. That's all I got. Smash that like button. You need help. You want to book a one-on-one, go to ViraFinance.com, and we'll sit down, get everything taken care of. Smash that like button. Share this out. Let's get to 3,292 followers.
Yeah. Up in the building. Yeah, we lighting up the scene. Crypto gems on radar, chasing every dream. Do your own research, that's the golden theme. We bring the facts, no cap, we keep it clean. Scrolling through the charts, got my eyes on the rise. Viber got the info, got me feeling so wise. No hype, just the truth, yeah, we cutting through lies. Sharpen knowledge on the daily, watch the profits multiply. From Bitcoin to the altcoins, we digging for gold. Community so strong, never do what you're told. That's the motto, let the story unfold. We ain't selling you a dream, just the facts to behold. Viber Finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep the future bright. Viber got your back, we ignite your flight. No pump and dump, just the realest advice. We break it all down, make it simple and nice. Every tip, every trick, got you rolling the dice. But with knowledge in your pocket, you can win every price. Viber Finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep your future bright. Viber got your back, we ignite your flight. So when you're lost in the crypto sea, Viber is the light, come vibe with me. Stay smart, stay sharp, and you'll always see the best gems shine with transparency.